Can't hear you. Can't hear you. No sound, Lena. No sound. No sound. Can't hear you. No sound. Can't hear you. No sound.
Let's try this. Can you hear me?
Hey, we can hear you. Hey.
I don't know what happened. I'm just sitting here minding my own business, and I had a little
Mm,
technical difficulty.
please
So,
stand by.
yes. And so I was trying to, because this should be rolling over to Facebook, and here we go. So I want to make sure that I let people know that we are on. And so I'm trying to share, and I've done that. And I'm hearing myself, which we don't want to do that. Okay. Right. Was it good? Was it not good before, or was it just me? Was I the only one with a problem, or was there like a whole thing with everybody?
Oh,
I guess it was just me.
only just you.
Okay. It's always just me.
maybe.
I'm used to it.
Maybe.
So it is the 28th of February today,
Mm,
which I believe should close out the month. Am I right? It's a short
yes.
month, you know.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff going on this month. Crazy bingo card happening. We were
Mm.
up in New England and we got this past week something like 39 or 37.9 inches of snow.
Oh, yeah.
You did too, I'm sure, and so did Captain Ron,
Yep.
right?
Yep. It was
I'm
terrible.
here, by the way. I'm Lena. That's Kenny. Let's start with that so everybody knows who we are. Um, just ignore my background. I'm so not happy with this background right now. Ignore it. But yeah, we were just I don't know. I spent 4 days shoveling this past
Ugh.
week. I don't know if you did or not. I'm not sure what your situation is, but
Yep.
of
I did
course,
too.
being that I own a house, I have to do it. And I have this. I the last storm I had two. I always have backups of everything. I'm one of those people that can't have one thing. I got to have a spare of everything. I'm just weird like that
Hmm.
because nobody's going to depend on who's going to depend on me but me, right?
Right.
So I have to have two shovels. So I had uh, for whatever reason, when I bought this house, there were two shovels already at this house. However, I would have bought two, and I have had one for 3 years that I've been using. I love plastic shovels. I always did. And
Hmm.
the last storm, I cracked that one, and so I'm like, all right, I know like, there's a second one in the shed, and it was more of like an older wood handle metal, or like aluminum shovel, which is fine. But I've been shoveling out my property for like 4 days with this shovel,
Jeez.
and it's old school, but you get it done. And I don't have. I typically work from home. I don't have anywhere to be, so it's not like I had like to rush out and go somewhere. I knew the storm was coming, and so of course I prepped and made sure I had everything in my house. But yeah, for the most part, this was an adventurous week. You know.
True.
And
This is true. This is true.
how about you, Kenny? What'd you do? Anything exciting?
Uh, I shoveled. I
Hmm.
had 3 days off. 3 days off, which I went stir crazy. Went back to
Yeah.
school Thursday. Went back to work Thursday, and the kids were crazy. The kids were Looney
Yeah.
Tunes because they had so much days off.
So your kids
And
actually went in for a couple days this past week, right?
2 days. They went into two
Okay.
days. They went
I
for
think
two
some of our
days.
kids I think our kids just ended up. A lot of our kids ended up with just like the week off
Yeah.
entirely, I think, because it just took so long. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know how much snow you got, but you
Oh,
couldn't
wait.
have gotten any less than we did. You're not far
We,
from here.
nope. Right down the street. Right down the
Yeah.
street. We got slammed.
So
And they said, knock on wood, not on any wood, knock on wood, 15 inches more Tuesday.
so I've been kind of watching like the radars, like what are they saying? They're saying I'm not hearing that now. I'm hearing that that's kind of changed, and they
Okay.
think it might be like 2 to 6.
Oh, okay. All right.
But I don't look at. I don't know what sources you follow. Like, there's a couple places I watch a couple YouTube guys um,
Mhm.
that are pretty cool. Some independent guys, and they were saying that it looks like it's not going to be like huge, but I mean, who knows? I hope it's not 15. We cannot do that. We can't. Today's
Nope.
actually gonna be warm, so hopefully we get a lot of melting.
I hope so too. I hope so
because
too.
we are not. If we get another 15 inches, like forget it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
I feel that scene in the beginning. Well, the whole movie. You ever see the movie The Thing? I feel like we're at an Antarctic base station. Like everything is just covered in snow. You can't see
Everything's covered in
anything.
snow. Can't see
Yeah, you go
anything.
outside and you like step outside and you're like up to your like waist in snow and you're like, okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
The Thing is a great movie. It's one of my favorites. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Me
it's just
too.
kind of
Me
like
too.
we're just
Yeah.
at some Arctic base station in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
We gotta, bundle up if we wanna, head to the shed outside. We gotta put it all. The face is gonna be covered, because it's like we getting 15-degree temperatures on top of all this snow anyway. And if you're
Right?
not from New England, you don't want to hear us complain about it. And I'm sure that you've seen enough about it on the news and all that stuff.
Exactly.
This
Exactly.
is our experience of what we're
Exactly.
dealing with. So yeah,
Exactly.
I haven't seen. People are gonna hate me, but I've never seen any of the Day After Tomorrow. I've seen none of those movies. 28 days.
Pretty good.
No, Day After Tomorrow. I haven't seen. And then there's like I think I confused that with 28 Days Later and 28. Oh, that's a whole different setup, I think. But I've not seen the Day After Tomorrow at all. So I've been told I should watch it, and so I keep forgetting. Got to put it on the list. Anyway,
Right.
moving on.
Yes.
So this is going on daily. This is the end of Fairy Tale Week. I don't know. I'm not, a huge fairy tale person, but I like the history of fairy tales and where they come from and stuff like that. So it's been fun to watch the shows this weekend, see what people bring to the table about like what is it that they want to discuss about fairy tales. So that's been kind of cool. The first thing that we have here would be what Kenny wants you to know. What do you got? Kenny told me I'd be carrying him today.
Yep, you are. You're gonna be carrying me today. So you probably know this, and I know you do. Have you had your cup of coffee? Have you had your cup of coffee yet?
I'm drinking my coffee right now.
All right. Okay. All right. So
I'm working on it.
You know the nominees for the the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has come out. You probably know that.
I do. I wish I could tell you I know what they were because I just wasn't paying attention.
That's okay.
I hate award shows. I hate I hate them.
Yeah.
So I don't.
Yeah.
I'll kind of. It'll be something that's in my universe. I'll see it kind of highlights here and there. I think I've gotten a couple of them that I remember hearing about. But anyway, you could proceed.
Okay, all right. So the nominees are. Oh, before I do this, so I'm gonna tell you the nominees. I'm gonna run down a list real quick, and I want you to think of one song that is iconic that should put them in the Hall of Fame.
Okay, that's probably easy enough.
All right, I'll go down the list real quickly. Then we'll go again. The Black Crowes is being nominated. Okay, Jeff Buckley is being nominated. Mariah Carey being nominated. Phil Collins nominated. Melissa Etheridge nominated. The iconic Lauryn Hill nominated. Billie Eilish.
That's the one I heard. Yep.
Yep. NXX is being nominated.
Yep.
Iron Maiden. I don't know Joy Division or New Order. I do not know them.
Oh, okay.
Our friends New Edition is being honored, nominated.
Good.
Pink.
The Bowies.
Sade. Pink. Yes, Pink is being nominated. Sade is being nominated, and I just want you to know that nobody told me she was Nigerian. Okay.
Why?
Okay.
What? Wait a minute. Sade Adu, you did not know?
No, I didn't know she was Nigerian. I didn't know she's Nigerian. I didn't know. I thought she was from London.
Sade is a goddess. Oh my God.
She is. I didn't know.
I love her so much.
Me
but
too.
I don't know how you didn't know that. You got to look up histories of these people because it's so cool.
No one told me she was Nigerian. I'm mad about it.
What do you mean nobody told you? This is the information age, and you're supposed to look these things up yourself.
My brother-in-law is Nigerian. He didn't tell me Sade was Nigerian. He should have told me. What in the world?
What the heck's the matter with him?
Well, I don't know.
What's his name? Let's call him out. What the hell's the matter with you, man? That's the alma mater.
She did.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh, Ade. What would we do without her? We would all just, I don't know.
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
can't.
Right. Shakira is being nominated. I don't know about that, but Luther
Okay, well,
Vandross, that's way overdue.
way
Luther
overdue.
being nominated.
Posthumous. Yes.
Way overdue. And the Wu-Tang Clan is being
We
nominated
just
for the
lost
Rock
the
and Roll
Wu-Tang
Hall of Fame.
Clanner, man. We just lost
Yes,
the
we
Wu-Tang
did.
Clanner this week.
Yep.
And I
Just this week.
meant to go back and grab that and get into that. But that's okay. We are chock full of information today, and I don't know if we have time for that, but it is true.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
So we'll start with the Black Crowes.
Hard to handle. Although I gotta tell you, Crowes from one side to the other is absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love that album, and it brings me back to my late 80s. Yeah, to handle. However, I think it was originally my favorite song, and then a couple of them though was really good. They're anyway. Scandal is an always tune that they redid, and so somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you can't hear me.
Well, we can barely. Oh, it's coming clear now. But we can. You're breaking
so
up.
That means my internet is acting funky. Okay, that's
funky.
Par for the course.
No.
So yes, Hard to Handle is probably the song that did it.
Okay, Hard to
But
handle.
I don't think it's not really their song. They just redid it.
Okay. All right. All right. How about Mariah Carey?
Mariah Carey's biggest song. I hate to say that it's this damn is. However. Yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna. I'm old school radio, right? So I'm a Billboard, Joel Whitburn, kind of chick. So I'm gonna look at how do they normally look at the whole bunch of stuff together. But her biggest thing, I don't know. Like, anybody who knows me knows I'm a diehard Mariah Carey fan, or at least I was at the beginning. So probably the first 4 albums, like every single damn track on all 4 of those albums is really good. I would say, I know Dream Lover was big. I don't Make It Happen wasn't as big. I loved it, but it wasn't as big as everything else. Vision of Love is obviously one of the big ones.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, wow, that's crazy.
Let's go with probably One Sweet Day with Boyz II Men. That was a big one.
Oh, okay, all
right. What's the one she did with Old Dirty Bastard? Fantasy. That was a big one.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of Mariah Carey stuff. So I can't. I don't care what. There's so much stuff that.
Okay.
Fantasy's probably a bigger one, but like I said, for me, Old Dirty Bastard, that was the whole reason that I loved that song. I love the song, but once he did that remix with her, I couldn't even listen to the original anymore. I was just like,
yes, me
you
too.
New York's in the house. That's Buster.
Brooklyn in the house.
That's Buster.
No.
Old Dirty Bastard is.
It's Brooklyn in the house.
Yep, that's ODB. So.
Yep, ODB. Yep.
That was iconic. Right. Oh, and then she redid I Still Believe by Brenda K. Starr, but she also, because she used to back up Brenda K. Starr, I don't know if you know that, or she did back up. Anyway, she did work with Brenda K. Starr. Anyway, I'm sorry. Here goes my brain. But I just had a song in my head and I can't remember it now. There was a song called and a friend of mine. Oh God. Okay, I can't remember it, but she took a song and she redid it. And it was an original song. Oh man, I'm sorry. I wasn't prepared for this, so of course my brain's gonna start. I got a little guy and he's looking through some cards right now in my head.
All right. Okay.
But there's an old there's a song that I can hear the beat to, and I know the name of. I think it's Fairy Tale or which would be appropriate for this week. But anyway, it's a song that we used to listen to back in the 80s in the clubs, probably like 85 or 86. And she redid a song. She redid that song and like added stuff to it. And I'll think of it as we go along. But I don't want to keep us, so let's keep going.
Okay. All right. Phil Collins.
Phil Collins. Well,
yeah, right.
Everybody loves
another
In the
one?
Air Tonight.
Yeah,
everybody loves In the Air Tonight.
Yeah.
But you got all kinds of stuff. Two Hearts. You got what was that song he did for? See, here we go. So I'm not going to be able to associate it in my head right away, and so it's gonna slow everybody else down. Yeah, One More Night's another one. I love I Don't Care Anymore. I know nobody else really cares about that. Separate Lives is, I believe, from White Nights. Separate Lives, I'm not sure if it's true or not. And that was Marilyn, whatever her name was. I can't remember who he did that with. But there's Invisible Touch. There's all that stuff he did with Genesis, and after Peter Gabriel stepped out. So Phil Collins. I can't even be. Where do we even start? Easy Lover with Philip Bailey. A lot of stuff. So
okay. So
do you know what? Do you have a list of what songs they really were, or are you just asking?
I'm just asking. Because you know what? I think their catalogs, what should get them in the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? Like Mariah's catalog is.
I agree.
Phil Collins' catalog is.
Yeah, Mariah Carey. I don't know if anybody knows this, but she's the first person to come along and do more number ones in a row than the Beatles. That time, she was. So not only did she have an amazing catalog, but she also had a ton of number one hits, like starting in '88, I think, or '90, and then rolling all the way into something like '97. So, she had a huge catalog. So, I get what you're saying. She had both.
Okay. We'll do 4 more. Lauryn Hill.
Oh, Lauryn Hill. Probably That Thing. Definitely. I like X Factor and Zion and things like that, but I don't know that anybody else cares. But probably her stuff with the Fugees, I would imagine. Killing Me Softly is a big one, you know. There's a couple other things, but I think That Thing is probably the one everybody remembers, even if they don't know what the name of it is. If they hear it, they'll know it.
My mom loved that. My mom loved that song.
Yeah, that's her solo stuff.
My mom, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, great album.
Yes. Oh my god,
fantastic album.
Another one that's came out of the gate. I got to tell you, while we were living it, we just had no idea. But some of the stuff that happened in the 80s and 90s are unbelievable. Like I can't. It's never gonna happen again. Nope, and I know never. I sound like my mother, because when my mother used to tell us what the stuff we listened to was crap, and she was like, no, the stuff in the 60s was amazing, and there's never gonna be anything like that. And it's kind of like, no, well, it's true, but also we really had some people came along in the 80s and 90s that really it will never happen again like it did then. It just won't. Could be my old person talking. Go ahead.
I give you 2 more. Pink.
Oof. I'm gonna say There You Go because I loved There You Go, and that was she came out of the box with that. And that was great. But Get the Party Started is a big one.
Yeah.
You in Your Hand is a big one. What was the one? She did one about addiction that I can't think of right now. I don't know if she's she's been around since 1998, so I don't know time wise. I don't know. She did have a lot. She did do a lot, but I don't know that she's a veteran yet.
Yeah,
give her another 10 years.
Yeah, give her another 10 years.
She's definitely gonna be one. There's no clue. There's no.
Yeah.
She's already on her way to that. So time frame wise, I wouldn't say.
Yes. Okay. Sade.
Well, Smooth Operator. And Sweetest Taboo. Those are my two favorites from
Yes.
like back in the day. Soldier of Love is amazing. That's an amazing tune. And oh god, there's a couple of there's one that I'm thinking of in my head right now that I just don't know the title of it. By Your Side, I think, is the tune that I love from her. So there's 4 really solid ones, but she's got so many.
Yeah, she gets.
Those are the big ones everybody I think knows.
Yeah.
Definitely Smooth Operator. That's the one everybody's gonna remember. Or if you played it, they'd know it. So.
Okay. All right. I'll give you one more.
Yeah.
Billy Idol.
This is for Ron.
Yeah,
so Billy Idol. Let's start with. I mean, everybody knows Moni Moni, so that's probably gonna be the one everybody knows. I would think. However, Dancing with Myself is a good one. Rock the Cradle. I was just listening to him yesterday. White Wedding. Yeah. Are you gonna just? Why don't we just have Ron tell us?
What? Yeah, right.
Ron can just give us the list.
What? Wedding?
I like that stuff he did in the late 80s. I love Rock the Cradle of Love. I love there's a couple of other ones like that, but I also I'd say yes to LA Woman. However, that's not his tune, but that's all right. It's all right. That's a Doors tune for me, always will be. However, Flesh for Fantasy and Eyes Without a Face, oh my god, those are my favorites. Like from the 80s, those are the 2 I love. Like Flesh for Fantasy is my absolute top number 1. That's it for me. I know a lot of people, he did a lot of other stuff and that's great. But Flesh for Fantasy is just my favorite tune. And most people know me know that it is. And I got, my friends are like, oh god, I can't stand it. If I like a song, they just can't, they're just sick of me. And I know for sure that that's one that people got real sick of me listening to and talking about was Flesh for Fantasy. It just sounds amazing. So yeah. And if you're ever watching, if you ever get a chance to see The Wedding Singer, Billy Idol is amazing in that movie.
Yes, he is.
It's so great that they went and they just snatched him and threw him in, and it was great. So I don't know why, but for some reason, it's a classic plane scene. The beginning of the movie, that like one of the kids in the house that he lives in, because he lives in his like sister's basement or his brother's basement or something like that. Anyway, one of the kids is like watching Billy Idol videos like at the beginning of the movie, and and he's like, somebody's like, what is that? Like, because at the time you gotta remember at the time that we were watching videos, the stuff that we were watching was like, oh my god, outlandish. For the older parents that were watching stuff that we saw on MTV, they thought it was debauchery, right? And so a lot of Billy Idol stuff looked like debauchery at that time, right? Now it's really tame, but at that time, parents were like, what is that crap you got on? So the beginning of the movie is just funny. I know nobody caught it, but it was just a funny little scene of a kid watching MTV.
Hilarious.
And the parents going, what is this crap? Whatever. And it was a Billy Idol. At the end, they bring him back in. Yes. Take off my Van Halen shirt, you'll jinx them and they'll break up. That's also a great line. There's like 150 good lines in that movie. That's one of them.
Yes.
But it's it was great that they brought him in and had him do that. Whatever that I don't know what kind of airplane that was, but it had a spiral staircase in it. It must have been nice. Some British, I don't know what it was. Whatever that airplane was that they had, I don't know what type of airplane it was, but it literally had a staircase in it. And I was like, how cool is that? I've never been on an airplane that does that. But anyway.
Right.
Moving on.
That's first class right there. That's first class right there.
It's like beyond first class. It definitely wasn't JetBlue, and it wasn't Frontier.
Right.
And it so it wasn't Spirit.
Nope.
I don't know. But anyway. Yeah. So that's it. So who do you think should win? Or who do you think
so we have Mariah Carey,
right?
Phil Collins, Billy Idol, and Luther.
Definitely Luther.
His catalog is so amazing.
Who's the artist that just that's sampling "If This World Were Mine" with him and Cheryl Lynn? I can't remember, but it's hitting the charts right now. Somebody's sampling that song in a new song, and the song starts like it's like a cappella if This World of Mine starts. And I don't know if you're from my generation, but it stops you cold in your tracks. That song is one of the most amazing tunes.
Yes.
I'm not saying don't listen to the new tune that samples it, but man, go back and listen to If This World Were Mine with Luther and Cheryl Lynn. It's just amazing. Like
amazing.
But
amazing.
Yes. As a DJ and as somebody who loves music, there's certain songs that make me just stop and go, wow,
Okay, maybe you do.
She's like frozen. It, and Luther, to listen to Luther's behind him, there's nothing like that. His voice was
Remember? You remember with him on Arsenio?
There's all this different. Which thing you're talking about?
What he did a cappella?
Yes, maybe. I don't think I do.
When Arsenio just handed a mic, he said, "Sing us out a cappella." Woo! I was like, this guy's out of here.
I know. I don't know if it matters or not. I personally think it's a strength if somebody with a mic and there's just nothing else going on and you could just riff off something with no nothing and have it sound good. Like, to me, that's legit.
That's legit,
right? And there's only certain people that you could do that with. You know what I mean? That don't have a production behind them. You know, a lot of people, these albums are great, but a lot of them are, you know, in studio and in production, and there's all this added stuff, and it's great because it makes them sound good, but like, can they just carry it without anybody? You know what I mean? Or anything behind them? Just a mic and that's it. Not even any reverb on the mic. Nothing. Right. Luther could do that. So
Luther can do that. So congratulations to them being nominated for the 2026 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Well, I'll see what happens with that, right?
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
So anyway, let's get into our socials and all that fun stuff. So you're watching us right now, live on Kick, YouTube, and Rumble at Rhode Island Broadcasting. You're watching us on Twitch at RI_broadcasting. And you're watching us on Twitter, whatever, at Broadcasting RI, right? If you want to listen to us and you can't see us, or you don't have time to see us, or you're driving or something like that, or you just don't want to look at us, which is fine. You can listen to us on Spotify, Red Circle, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music at RI Broadcasting. Then there's our social medias, our socials, as they say. MeWe, TikTok, LinkedIn, Blue Sky, Parlor, Space.
Hey!
Gab. Did I get them all? At RI Broadcasting.
Yep.
And then we are on Facebook. Follow us on Facebook. Like, go right now if you're on Facebook and follow us at Going On Daily Morning Show. So that's what you search for. When you find that group, like us there and share us so we can get our numbers up, right? Support. Yep. And then at RI Broadcasting, RhodeIslandBroadcasting.net is our website. And that's where you can find everything we just talked about. And then I mentioned Patreon, right? I just want to make sure I brought that up. Because that's where all our stuff is, our merch and all that kind of stuff. And you can throw money at us on any of those platforms. And if you can't get money to us, let me know, and I'll just send you my Venmo or my Cash App. You can just send it straight to me, and I'll get it to them.
Right? I hear
this QR code in the middle of the screen, this is our voting. This is our last day of voting, right? For the Hall of Fame for 90s drama series. And here's the contestants, I guess you would call it. Twin Peaks, The X-Files, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Oz, and ER. Those are the ones to vote from. And I don't know who's in the lead, but last I knew, X-Files was. Yeah, X-Files is 70% in the lead. So if you don't want the X-Files to win, I think that you should go there right now. Click that QR code or go to RhodeIslandBroadcasting.net and vote for whatever it is that you
Oh,
want so that the X-Files don't win. But right now, the X-Files are going to win if we don't act. If we don't act soon. Right? So, anyway, I think I got everything there.
right.
So, yeah. And I don't, here we go. So, we are having a bad bingo card this year. I know a lot of people get sick and tired of the phrase bingo card, but man, right? So many things happened in the first 2 months of the year that it's like I didn't even know this. I think this year is going to be worse than last year. I do. So yeah. So yesterday, we lost Neil Sedaka. Now I would imagine a lot of the older watchers and listeners know who Neil Sedaka is. He's a historic writer, singer. He was a pianist. This dude did a lot of stuff, but he did a lot of what he did in the 50s, 40s, 50s, early 60s. So he had kind of a lot of success pre like the British invasion. So I'm not sure how many people have heard of him. I hope everybody's at least heard of him and one of his songs, right? He was born in 1939, so he was almost 87. I think he was born in March of 1939, so he would have been 87 had he not passed away. But I guess it was sudden. I was watching a couple of the musicians that he kind of came up with, and Pat Boone was one of them. And so I was watching Pat Boone talk about like how they were still friends and they still spoke daily, and that he had not felt good, something going on about he didn't feel good. And he went to the hospital to have himself checked out or whatever. And it was a sudden thing, and that was it. So I think he was only there 2 days and passed away. So I don't know the whole story. But Pat Boone was kind of like, hey, we need to make sure that people we love, we appreciate, because you never know. He was a little bit thrown by the whole thing. Anyway, I don't know if you know who Pat Boone is, but if you do, he went on social media and he was talking about that yesterday. Anyway, Neil Sedaka did a lot of writing, especially in the 50s. The one thing I did not know about him was that he was like he was a Juilliard kid, and he was young. He went into Juilliard at like 9 years old, which I did not know. He was in Juilliard till he was 17, and then he went into Juilliard College, their college, whatever you call it, their college campus. He was there for another 2 years after he graduated high school. So that's a big deal if you're Juilliard. That's professional. That's pretty good, right? So he had a bunch of hits. One of them was "Oh Carol." These are like going to be 50s. However, a lot of the stuff that he sang in the 50s, a lot of people have done since then or redone since then. So you may have heard of the song. Like they're almost like standards at this point. You know what I mean? Where he wrote them and he sang them, but then also a lot of people, he has a music catalog that a lot of people have borrowed from. So "Oh Carol's" one of his tunes. "Breaking Up Is Hard to Do" is maybe one of the ones that people would know more. I think "Breaking Up Is Hard to Do" was redone in the 70s. I can't remember if it was Carole King that did it or whatever, but he originally wrote that and sang that in the 50s. "Bad Blood" he did in the 70s. And that was one of my favorite tunes.
Check, how are you?
I didn't know of him because he had 2 careers kind of. And the first half of his career was previous to the Beatles coming over. And once the Beatles came over, it changed a lot of stuff for people that were just doing. They had a specific type of hit or pop hit that they were that the America anyway was used to. And then once the British invasion came over and the Beatles and all that kind of stuff happened, it changed the kind of music that people were listening to. And so, the X-Files is now at 77%. So yeah, "Calendar Girl," that's an old 50s tune, or like I think it's mid to late 50s that you'll remember. "Calendar Girl" was redone again. You've never heard I love my calendar girl? I think that Meow Mix, just the dumbest thing in my head. I think they did a Calendar Cat commercial, and it borrows from Neil Sedaka's song. So that's an old I love my calendar girl. You never heard that song? All right.
Yeah. Who? Okay, all right.
I don't know if
Who remade
it's
it?
like there's a lot of people that remade his stuff, so you're gonna
Yeah.
probably maybe recognize a lot of his stuff as
Yeah.
you'll remember the song maybe from another artist.
Yeah.
But again, he wrote something. He wrote tunes, and he had something like 40 million song or 40 million. He sold 40 million albums, or I'm sorry, songs or albums or something like that. Between the stuff that he did and the stuff that he wrote for other artists, he had a pretty good career. Anyway, I hear Laughter in the Rain. Right, that's Ron's favorite, but that's that I'm pretty sure he did that, and then now I can't remember, but there were a couple of artists in the 70s that redid that. You know what I mean? So the stuff that I grew up listening to was a lot of remakes of his tunes, and then later on I realized they weren't. They were remixed. He was the original. And then Happy Birthday Sweet 16. Now that's an old 50s tune as well. And off the top of my head, I can't remember how that goes, but I do remember hearing of it. So he went to Juilliard, and at that point, he wrote. I don't know if you remember the Tokens.
Yes.
Tokens did a song called "In the Jungle Tonight," or right, or so. So that he was part of the Tokens. He was a part of the Tokens, and wrote with them for a little while. And met a guy by the name of Howard.
Oh, in and out, in and out. Okay, maybe she's done.
And
there you go.
Into Neil redid. What was that? What was that?
Okay. No, he's breaking it. He's breaking up a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot to Francis because he did up, but you Clark. Yeah, okay. So Beach Boys remade Calendar Girl, but yeah, there's so many that are kind of in a standard book that artists will redo. So if you've heard any of his tunes, it may not have been from him, but he's the guy who set all that up. But yeah, he 1957, and what happened was the Beatles came out, and artists before the Beatles that were famous kind of got knocked off the block because the music came out was different. And he had said at one time that the music he was writing and the way that he was arranging music, he wasn't allowed to change a lot of that with the record company he was with. So he wanted to advance and change and make it more like Beatles, but for some reason under his contract, they wouldn't let him do it. And so he only could do so much. He could only kind of stay in his arrangements for the stuff that he had already done. So he tried to change it here and there to make it different, but he couldn't go way off of whatever it was that he was normally doing. And so he kind of couldn't keep up with the Jones, but it wasn't because of him. It was because his contract forbade him to change things. I didn't know that. That was interesting. And then in the 70s, he came back around. So when I was born in the late 60s, I didn't know anything about Neil Sedaka, but in the 70s, he kind of came back and did a second round of, he came back, it had a second. I know, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on my internet today. It normally isn't like this, so I don't know. But I can only do so much. But yeah, sorry about that. My internet is actually really good, just not today. Anyway, so yeah.
It's the sun.
Yeah, so he came back around in the 70s and had like a second career. And that was what I learned about him, was in the 70s when I started hearing stuff like Breaking Up Is Hard to Do and Bad Blood and things like that. That would be how I learned about him. And then I realized, oh, he's been around for years. Anyway, so that's it. Goodbye, Neil Sedaka. We lost another one. I don't know how many is that this year so far. I don't know. I think is it already like 10 at this point? Like it seems like every day we're losing somebody.
Yeah, I tell you.
And again, we lost the guy from the Wu-Tang Clan, and I of course don't have it in front of me, but that also happened this past week. So that was like, wow. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, more than 5 in a week. Wow, that's crazy.
Right. So like from the beginning, from January to now, then that's got to be more than 10. So I don't know. I think I have a different perspective being Gen X, that like we're going to see people that we grew up with watching or listening to. We're going to see a lot of this. I mean, we're like in our 50s at this point, so it's inevitable that people are going to go, just from old age and from natural, because a lot of the people that we grew up with, I mean, a lot of them have already gone. But those artists that we have left that speak to our generation, I mean, a lot of them are going to start going naturally now because they're in their 60s and 70s. And so, anyway, yeah, that's that. So, Neil Sedaka, I mean, hey, pull up Neil Sedaka, look him up, and read about him, play some of his tunes. He had some great stuff. No? Kenny's like, no, I don't want to do that.
No, I was reading. Yesterday was the anniversary of the death of Leonard Nimoy and Fred Rogers. Okay. All right.
Yeah, Fred Rogers. Every year I go into a deep dive on him and how great just all his stuff. One of my favorite videos is him screaming at a congressional meeting about PBS. Because at one point PBS was, I don't know what was going on, but they were going to get rid of PBS. There's something going on with public donations or whatever. I know the government has a specific amount of money that they dole out to public broadcasting and that kind of thing. And he was afraid people were going to lose that show. And so, yeah. Laughter in the Rain. I'm not sure what that is, but if it, okay. Today in history. Okay. It's
All
on
right.
you, Kenny. Go.
Oh, it's on me today in history. Today, 1983 was the final TV episode of MASH, aired on CBS. The 2-hour special directed by series star Alan Alda, titled Goodbye, Farewell, and Amen. A record 125 million views watched in the U.S.
Very sad episode. Very sad.
Yes,
I don't know if you got a chance to see it, but it was sad. And it was iconic. It was pretty good. It was amazing.
I cried. I was like, it's gonna go away. No, Mama, no.
Listen, if you grew up in my generation, when MASH came on, it was dinner time. Like it was like those two things went together. So you were watching, you were eating or cooking or something when MASH was on TV. Exactly. It was like the last thing before the news, I think, or right after the news or whatever. Anyway, that it was like a staple. It was always on for us.
Yep. I love MASH. Love MASH. Today, 1984, the 26th Grammy Awards, Michael Jackson won 8 Grammys. 8.
Dude was driven, man. He was driven. He came off of the Jackson 5, and he went through that little era where he was just like, what am I going to do with my life?
Yep.
And he decided, you know what? I'm just going to go hard, and I'm just going to be in the studio, and I'm just going to scream at everybody and get what I want done. and I got to tell you, Thriller deserved everything it got, man. That was the album. He must have been getting awards for that, because that dropped in 1983.
Yep.
And he did solo projects and stuff too outside of Thriller, and so, but man, Thriller, between it being a good album and being, I don't know how many hits that came off that album. 8.
Yep.
9, 7, something like that. Yeah, he dominated. And look at where he is now. Like, if you look at just the Thriller album now and the history it had, like, it changed everything. So hats off to him, man.
See, Ron acting up now.
Well,
see,
the biggest hit of it wasn't, I don't know if it was the biggest hit ever, but I got to tell you, he came in with Paul McCartney on purpose. He planned that. Like, I want the white audience. Yeah, and he came in with, I can't remember if is it The Girl Is Mine, or had to be The Girl Is Mine.
Yeah,
mine was Say Say Say. I loved Say Say Say. I know a lot of people didn't care about it, but I loved it. It was great. But yeah, he came in with that tune for that reason. Like, I want everybody to be paying attention when this album drops. I want people to be looking for the next one. So it's fair. That's fair, because with Paul McCartney, that's fair.
And let me buy your catalog. And let me buy your catalog.
Yeah, that was. I didn't see Paul McCartney was not expecting that.
No, he was like, really, Michael? That's all we've been through. Through these boys.
You know, and it's funny because Paul McCartney sat him down and said, you know, you really need to own your masters, because if you don't own your masters, blah, 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 there's like, you know, whatever can happen to you. And then Michael went, how about if I own everybody's masters? That sounds good. Right? Let me see if you have, at least if you own yours. Oh, you don't? Yeah. I think I'll buy them.
You don't? I think I'll buy them.
And I remember the first, this is me in my memory. I remember the Beatles Revolution. I remember like Nike using that tune in a commercial. And I remember we were like, what? Because the Beatles didn't sell any of their stuff to advertising like that. Oh, yeah, Paul made a boat. Well, he might have, but I don't know. Because all I know is Paul did not like it and he did not know it. It was something that went on where he wasn't seeing it coming.
Nope.
And he couldn't have been part of that sale in the first place to know, because he was not happy with that. They stopped speaking over that.
Yeah.
However, that was the first time you ever saw like a Beatles commercial, but a commercial with Beatles music in it. And I happen to love Can't Buy Me Love. That's an old 80s movie that I love. I love that to death. And I think it was Michael that let them use that tune. Had it been Paul McCartney and George Harrison or whoever was alive at that time,
they'd have been like,
that wouldn't have happened.
Nope.
So yeah. Anyway, big long story. Go look it up. Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney and their friendship and the Beatles catalog. Great story right there. Go look it up.
Yes, great story. Great story.
So rounding out Fairy Tale Week, I was like, what can I do? But I have to do this. I have to go into Cinderella is like the, what do you call it? Quintessential fairy tale, right? That's the one that you think of when you hear the phrase fairy tale, right? And when I was a kid, I was at Disney. I love Disney. I think probably we all did. And I have several podcasts with my commentary on what Disney was to different people. And to me, it was entertainment. It was just entertainment for me. A lot of times when I watch stuff like that, I was more interested in the music, and I was more interested in like any of the animals in the movie. So I love Cinderella, the Cinderella from Disney from the 50s. I love that movie because I liked the animals in the movie. I liked Bruno, and I liked Gus, and I liked, all the different little animals that were around that were in there as characters. But the main story of Cinderella, and it was told by the Grimm brothers, but Cinderella goes way, way back into like the 1500s or something, before the Grimm brothers, right? So this is Disney's version of Cinderella, which is what I think for us kids and at least Gen X and millennials and probably boomers and even the silent generation, because this movie, I grew up watching Cinderella as a kid. I didn't realize it was from the 1950s. I mean, if you listen to it now, it makes sense. But as a kid, I didn't really know anything about that. The concept of Cinderella, right, is that, I mean, when you look at the story, it's not very feminist. It's kind of traditionalist. It's, and again, I watch a movie because I think it's entertaining, and then I move on with my life. As a DJ and as somebody who's DJ'd 100 and something weddings, I can tell you that a lot of these brides coming up, they live that. Like that was something that they like watched and went, I want that. Like it's not, and I don't think that's what it was supposed to be doing. I think they were supposed to just watch it and then go, okay, back to reality. Anyway, it's very, magical, and there's a lot of fantasy in it. It's great, like, especially if you're a kid, right? You're supposed to follow it. There's the fairy godmother. There's like a whole lesson to it. But there's all this underlying stuff in there that, like, I think that they watered down and made palatable for Disney, right? And so I have to say that I still love a lot of the music from that, and I still watch Cinderella. I still watch it to this day, just because I love it. As far as the sisters and the characters and all that other stuff. But I have to say that my favorite, if you're gonna watch Cinderella, in my opinion, you have to watch Ever After, because that is probably one of the best versions of Cinderella, and there's a lot of them out there. So I wanted to bring up Ever After because I don't know if you've ever seen it. If you haven't seen it, you gotta see it. They take all that mysterious, magic-y stuff out of there. In Cinderella, like it's kind of like she goes to this. If you think about it, it doesn't make much sense. She goes to this ball. She somehow gets out of this tower that she's locked into. That she goes to this ball. A fairy godmother gives her a dress. Like all of her animals become like horses and footmen and all those other stuff. She has to the stroke of midnight, but she goes to the ball, and it's like she's the only woman that this guy that's supposed to be, his family wants him to marry somebody. So all these courtiers show up, and it's kind of like he meets her. It's weird because her face is her face. He doesn't know who she is. Like I can't explain it, but like she's like this woman he's never seen before, and then there's this like procession that goes on where everybody in the kingdom has to fit into this damn shoe she leaves behind, right? And it's like this big, right? I think in the Grimm brothers, the sisters actually cut off the end of their feet to fit in the shoe. I love it. It's gross, but I love it. It's one of my favorites. But they didn't want to. Obviously, you don't want to see that. But it's kind of like all of these women. Like if he just went with everybody and looked at it, nope. Like he's looked right at this woman's face for quite a while. Also, it's just like, let's fall in love and get married, but we don't know each other. We just see each other. Like they danced a couple times. I think they spoke. Honest to God, I think they said one sentence in that whole time that they were talking to each other at this ball. So I like Ever After because Ever After makes this. It takes it and puts it in a realistic place. Right down to what time that this might have happened, like as far as the era it was in. They went to France and they filmed this thing in castles in France, right? They had like whatever the traditional wear that they would have wore in that day. They actually dressed the part of that era. But it's also, I don't want to say that it is more feminist, but to me it is. And it's more realistic. It's like the love affair between the two of them actually builds, and there's like they actually know each other. They get to know each other. And like I said, I don't know if you've ever seen Ever After, but it's a good movie. They get into the classist structure that was going on at that time. All of this stuff, including how they were dealing with England, what was happening in the background. It's just really good. They take all the magic and crazy stuff out of it, and they just kind of give you in this period of time, if two people met, like how would this really go? They put this family structure together that like this woman Danielle de Barbarac, which typically in the movie would have been Cinderella, and it was like she was called Cinderella because she slept around the fireplace and had cinders all over her all the time. That's kind of the whole point of what she was called that. But there's just some really good acting in that movie. It's just an amazing classic. Like if you go back 100 years from now, I think like that's going to be probably the most grounded, and it's entertaining, but it's grounded, and it gives you a nice history of her family, her dad, Angelica Houston, who I don't know if you're a fan of hers, but she was amazing in this movie. She feels this movie. And Drew Barrymore was not that I don't love Drew Barrymore. She was very good in it. Doug Ray Scott, who I gotta say I had a little crush on, so that didn't hurt as far as him being a prince. But there were just some very good. They had Leonardo da Vinci in there, kind of as a fairy godfather, which is very cool. Anyway, like I said, if you get a chance to watch it, it's a fairy tale, but it's nice and grounded. And they wouldn't have had Prince be the prince. I don't think that would have worked in 17th century France. But yeah, anyway, that's just something that I wanted to bring up because it's just, if I'm going to watch a fairy tale sort of ish thing, for me, Ever After is something like I could watch that movie 100 times in a day and love it. And I know every line in it and all that kind of stuff. So it's a fairy tale, or it's a Cinderella story for more of a modern female, right?
Right.
Then I want to roll into I want to roll into Pretty Woman because Pretty Woman was something that started, I'm only want to do this because it is a Cinderella story. Pretty Woman is a Cinderella story. It didn't start that way, but that's another. It's not obviously as grounded and as realistic as Ever After is, but it's kind of cool that they started off. Well, not really. She was not. However, they made it more of a Cinderella story than it started out as, and so they kind of changed it. Well, Touchstone Pictures is Disney, right? So this guy writes this script called 3000, and it's really it's about a prostitute that hooks up with this businessman, and it's kind of cruel and horrible, and it ends up with like him tossing her out of a car and leaving her, throwing money at her. Like, this is what Pretty Woman would have been. This is how the story started. Whoever wrote it, that's what it came from. So if you get a chance to look back at the story 3000, go look it up. But that's where Pretty Woman came from. And it was supposed to be more dark, and it was supposed to be more like leaving Los Angeles, or even, what's that movie, Leaving Las Vegas? It was kind of more like that in the beginning, where it was just dark and tragic and all that kind of stuff, right? So it got rewritten a bunch of times, and I think I know that they somehow Disney picked it up, but it started off with like Julia Roberts wasn't even the first choice, because the person that they wanted to play Vivian was like going to be a drug addict prostitute, and so they pitched it. I think that it looks like they talked to Michelle Pfeiffer. They talked to Daryl Hannah. Daryl Hannah was like, "That's so misogynistic. I'm not even going to talk to you about it." Meg Ryan and Molly Ringwald turned it down as well. And then Touchstone Pictures got a hold of it, and they kind of, Gary Marshall got a hold of it and changed a lot of it, right? But I don't know if you know this, even after they changed it and they brought in Julia Roberts, and this is her breakout career. Like, I think this is where it wasn't her first movie, but it's her first movie where people really recognized her. The movie was still pretty dark, I guess, and they had to revise it a bunch of times. In that, like, Philip Stuckey, that Jason Alexander played Philip Stuckey, who was the lawyer who, Edward Lewis, who is Richard Gere played, was supposed to be pretty dark and disgusting and creepy, and he's like going to be like the evil stepmother of the movie. However, he was, I guess, a lot worse, and they cleaned him up a lot to pass this film. And apparently, he was, as gross as he was in this movie, he was way worse before they cleaned it up. So think about how bad he had to be in this movie. But they still made him uncomfortable. I guess they had to pass it through like a Disney filter. I mean, I think if you watch it, my grandmother in 1990, my grandmother was like, I can't explain it. This would not be a movie that my grandmother would like. She would have never liked anything like this, but she actually enjoyed this movie. And my grandmother was probably like in her 50s at that time, maybe. No, sorry. She was in her 60s. And so, whereas most people would be like, "Oh my God," about a movie like this, it was clean enough and nice enough for my grandmother to like be a fan of it, right? So they passed it through a lot of filters. My mom loved it too, but my mom was a little bit younger, so my mom would have liked. I mean, my mom liked Scarface, so I don't know. Well, that's probably not going to help anything. But yeah, my grandmother liking it was like, wow, my grandmother liked this movie, like. I actually thought about not going to see it because my grandmother liked it. I'm like, it must be extremely lame if my grandmother liked it, right? But it's a good movie, it's good. Anyway, Richard Gere, which I didn't really think about at that time, this movie revived his career. Richard Gere was like, nobody liked him at this time. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but his career was kind of like dwindling off at this point. And he took this movie. I think he wasn't sure about what was going on. Like, because you got to figure out when this movie was being created, I'm sure nobody thought it was going to do anything, right? Nobody thinks these movies are going to be as big as they are. So he was like, do I want to do this or not? He was considering like retiring from the business, which is pretty funny. And then the other thing I wanted to bring up was that opera that they went to. was La Traviata. I'm not sure if anybody's aware of La Traviata or what it is about, but it's a mirror, right? So it's about a woman by the name of Violetta Valerie, and she's a she's a Parisian courtesan. Courtesan, is that what I want to say? Typically, she's like a Cinderella character in the sense that she's like doesn't have any money, and she's kind of, I don't know, that she's kind of a, she sort of has a profession as like what you would call a prostitute in that era, and that she falls in love with somebody that's above her class. That whole opera that they're sitting there watching is like supposed to be a mirror of their relationship. And so it doesn't, I don't think it matters for the characters in the movie, but like for us, it's supposed to be something where we kind of connect the two. So that was kind of a cool thing. There's just a bunch of stuff about the movie that nobody knew. But you know, I actually have rodeo in here, and I'm trying to remember what it is that I put that in there for. The jewelry box where they were both standing there, and she comes out with the red dress, and he does this thing where he opens the oh, that's what it was, Rodeo Drive. When he opens up the jewelry box, and she goes to put her hand in, and he closes it. I think Richard Gere did that because he thought it was so mundane and so typical of this type of movie that he wanted to do something to like break the monotony of that particular scene. And I guess Gary Marshall wanted it to be a regular scene where she just looks at the jewelry and he puts it on her and everything's love, love, love. But there was a cut reel where he did this thing where he clapped it closed on her and she laughed. And Gary Marshall actually put that in the movie because he thought it was better. So that's kind of cool. That scene wasn't supposed to be in there. I guess it was like something Richard Gere did to kind of break the monotony of whatever that scene. Rodeo Drive, the funny thing about Rodeo Drive, if you watch the movie, is that I guess they couldn't get Rodeo Drive to like go along with rolling this movie. Like nobody on Rodeo Drive wanted anything to do with it because it was about a prostitute. So they were like, no, we don't, that's classless and we won't have anything to do with it. And I guess a couple of stores were like, okay, you know what I mean? And so the stores that they did go into were stores that were okay with it, but they were still skeptical. And they decided, instead of trying to get Rodeo Drive to go along with it, we'll just use Rodeo Drive as like a snooty area that nobody likes because, you know, of the whatever, the attitude that everybody had there. They decided to use it for good in the movie. So everybody on Rodeo Drive that's looking at her the way she is, where she's dressed the way she is the first time, that's not acting. They were just like, let's just put it in the movie and everybody can just have an attitude towards her. We'll just use it like, instead of trying to get everybody to go along with it, we'll just go to Rodeo Drive and we'll take everybody's reactions and just put them in the movie. And then after the movie came out, I guess it became a tourist area. And they were all about it after it came out because of the movie, but they didn't want to be bothered with it when it was filming. So that's just some interesting stuff. Also, Philip Stuckey in the movie, Jason Alexander's wife in the movie was John Ritter's wife. I don't know if you know that. Amy Yazbek. She's the woman with the red hair there that he's out at the polo match with. That was actually John Ritter's wife in real life. I wasn't sure if you were aware of that, but that's also a weird fun fact. Anyway, that's it. We're wrapping up Fairy Tale Week with that. Like I said, my recommendation. Yes. What, a better top 5? Better than what? Better than all the other ones until before today?
So,
Kenny, are you going to do a top 5 here?
Yep.
Wow.
Because back when I was a wee little lad, I had fairy tales too. You know,
did you?
All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Me, little kid watching MTV. I had dreams of being in music videos. Okay. Right.
That's fair.
Okay. I'm sitting there saying, hey, I could have been in that music video. I could have been dancing.
That's fair.
Singing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you my top 5. Kenneth should have been in that music video.
Okay, and now you have to start with all the ones you didn't put in the top 5. and then you have to go into all of the ones that didn't make the top 5 that are like runners up.
I don't do that.
Okay.
I cut to the
okay.
chase.
We're gonna break format.
I don't do all that fanfare that Ron does. This, that, hoopla, hoopla.
I didn't
I'm
mention
gonna give you the. I'm gonna give you the straight top 5 that I should have. These videos that I should have been in. Okay.
Okay.
Number 5. Number 5. Sledgehammer. 1986.
Wait a minute. Who was dancing? I could have been. Who you wanted to be him?
I could have been him. I could have been him. Yeah, they could have made me into clay. You know what I'm saying? They could have made me into a little. I was gonna
say I don't remember any dancing in that one. Yes.
Yeah, I could have been the. I could have been the little clay dude. I wanna be.
That was what a great tune that was. I have an amazing remix of that. That's real long. I love it.
I got to have it. You know who did a real good cover? Oh God, Watermelon Sugar High. Watermelon Sugar, whatever his name is, he did a great cover.
Oh, you're talking about Harry?
Yes, he did a great cover. He did a great cover.
I did not know that.
What? You gotta look that up, girl. He did a great. Them girls was like, I got to have it.
I can't.
I was like, yeah.
I can't. I mean, I'll have to listen to it, but I can't. I cannot. Nothing's better than Gabriel's version of it.
Oh, nothing better than Gabriel, but
yeah,
it
and you got that little noise in the beginning that makes you stop. That little flute.
Yes, yo, I'm telling you, he did a good. He did a good job.
Harry Styles. I'll go check it out.
Number 4, Like a Prayer, 1989 Madonna. I could have been in there.
That's so.
I could have been in that music video.
Did you want to be the man in the case?
Yes.
You wanted to be the guy that was in the 5 Heartbeats. That dude.
Yes.
That they picked up and took away because he tried to save a woman. That one.
Yeah. Thank you. It's like a prayer.
It's so weird. I just watched this the other day.
It's like a dream.
I watch these guys on YouTube that watch videos from the 80s and they go, wow, I didn't look at this. What? Like, it's just like, I feel like so old. And this guy pulled apart this video. And the only reason, and I don't mean to interrupt, but I just wanted to say this really quick.
Right.
The deal, the con job that Madonna did on Pepsi for that is hilarious. The con job that she did for on Pepsi for that video.
Yes.
It will live in infamy as one of the funniest things. She just cleared a cool $5 million and walked away. I've just never seen anything like it. When we were kids, we didn't really. We want you, Pepsi. I want you, Pepsi. I'm Madonna, and I'm the biggest star ever, and I want you to sponsor this video. And they come in and they're like, okay, we don't even, it's sight unseen though. You can't watch this video because I'm an artist and I don't like people to see my work. And they're like, sure, where do we sign? Where do we sign? Yeah. And they give her $5 million and the video runs and they're like, oh, they were horrified by that video. They've never seen it before. And that was what she did. But I got to tell you, they were so upset. But they gave her the $5 million and they couldn't take it back. And that was a great. Exactly. Go look that up. There's something for you to go look up today.
Yeah, right.
And watch the video. I missed a video about racism. And I mean, we got burning crosses and everything in that video. It was fantastic that she did that at that time. If you understand how horrified everybody was by that, she made quite a splash with that. But anyway.
Yes. Number 3.
I had to stop for a second. Go ahead.
Okay. Number 3. I should have been in Bohemian Rhapsody. Okay, right, Queen. Yep. I should have been in the car. Yep.
Oh, there was no car, honey.
No.
That's talking about Wayne's World.
I think about Wayne's World, but yeah.
I just called you honey. It's not a car, honey.
Art storytelling. Beautiful.
Right.
Beautiful.
It was just 4 guys. That was probably one of the most boring videos ever because they didn't have videos at that time. It was just 4 dudes.
4 dudes
singing. Opera and just different angles in that original video. There was really nothing to see. But yes, it would have been cool to be in with Wayne and Garth headbanging.
Thank you, right? Thank you. Yeah, you're right.
AMC Pacer. Is it the Pacer? Was that a Pacer or a?
Yeah, that was a Pacer. That was a Pacer. Yep. Like Eddie said, I could have been the 5th Queen.
Oh, he said that? I thought he said 5th Beatle. You
Yeah,
said
like
it
we
was
said,
Queen.
yeah,
You said
he
that too?
said I could have been the fifth queen. I could have been the fifth queen.
There you go. Yep. You could
Number
have been.
two, that could have been. Number two, Take on Me. Huh? I could
There's
have been
another
that
video I
video.
just watched.
I could have been that video. They could have drew
I wanted to be in that video.
they could have drew me in
I
pencil.
so badly wanted to go. I would. He could have taken me. Oh my god, I had such a crush on Morton Harkett. He could have taken me anywhere. He could have taken me into a cartoon world. He could have taken me anywhere. And I did meet him, and he was a very sweetheart. He was a sweetheart. But oh my god, I had such a thing for him. So yeah, that video. Even now, it still does it to me. Even now, watching that video, I'm like, I could be the girl in the diner. I could be the girl in the diner.
Hey, I hear you.
All right.
I hear you.
We'll both be in that video. You and me.
Let's do it. Let's do
All
it.
right.
Let's do it. And number one of all time, I could have been a Thriller. Okay, I could have been a Thriller.
You definitely could have been a Thriller.
I could have been.
You know what? You could have. Maybe you weren't Thriller. I mean, there's so many people in there. Who the heck knows? You could have been. You maybe you were there. Did you check?
Right. I didn't check. I gotta check.
You should check because you might have been in that one.
I could have been the bear. It's close to me. The wolf. I mean the wolf thing.
Like other guys.
Yeah.
Ola Ray. Oh my god. I could have been Ola Ray. I wanted to be Ola Ray. At that time, I wanted to be Ola Ray. I did. With the heels and like that. When you look back at that outfit, how cool was that outfit? Like that leopard print, like jeans and like there were little cuffs on them, and like she had these 4 or 5 inch heels. I'll actually, to be honest with you, I probably broke my neck in those heels. I would have broke my neck. I swear those were 5 inches, man, or at least 4.5. Those heels were no joke.
Oh god!
But she was so cute with that little outfit. We all wanted to be her. Kenny is also not like the others.
True.
You know what that reminded me of? That thing that Sesame Street used to do. One of these things is not like the others. One of these things just doesn't belong.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Kenny, you probably were in that. I'm gonna say. I think we should just call it and say you were there.
Thank you. Right.
You could point at any of those zombies and be like, "Yeah, that was me right there."
Come on. I have to come on.
Why do you have to come on?
The Others is an inside joke between me and Kenny when we did a bit on the NBA show, and it was we picked teams, and I had all the Caucasian players, and he had the others. So he calls them the brothers.
Oh, okay.
But when we say the others, we know what we're talking about.
I gotcha. So, it's good to have private jokes with your friends.
Said Kenny is not like the others. He couldn't control himself. It was hilarious. It still is. It'll always be funny. And, it's a thing that me and Kenny do now. It's now this like 2.5 weeks of Others. This is funny.
Oh gosh.
Little race thing that we do and make light. It's gotta be light. So God, so funny. Chakra. He loves it. See? All right. I had to. I'm sorry.
That's okay. We're pretty much wrapping it on everyone. Oh,
right.
I was gonna have him just wrap up the show since he was here. You know what I mean?
Ron.
Hi, I'm Ron, and I'm wrapping up the show. But he went away, so it's on us to now. Yeah, so I don't know if you have anything else.
That's all I have. Ken's top 5 is great. It's great. Not like Ron's. It was great. Great. Okay, great.
I did found a reel this week for something called Dismaland, which was really cool, but was only available in 2015, and it was like an artist that did a rendition of what Disney would look like if it was tragic and dark and sad. It was an art installation. So if you get a chance to look that up, that was pretty interesting. Dismaland. I found it. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I like everything to be puppies and rainbows and lollipops and all that. I like that dark stuff. I love it. So that was I had never heard of it. It came and went in 1 year because it was just an art installation. So you can't go there. But there's a lot of pictures of it, and it was pretty cool. So if you get a chance to check Dismaland, DISMALAND out. There's some videos of it and some pictures of it, and it's pretty cool. It's almost as sad as that Chuck E. Cheese animatronics guy that they tossed into the landfill. I don't know if you've ever seen that picture, but that's pretty dark too. But it's also fascinating. That's the stuff I love.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I'm a dark girl. What can I say? So, Ron, give us a comment. What's our topic next week? What tomorrow are you guys kicking off? Because I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah, what are we kicking off tomorrow?
What's your theme tomorrow? I hope it's not love or fairy tales or anything like that. Let's find something. We're done with that. All that stuff.
Hey, I know, right? For real.
March 1st. March 1st, 2026, Ron and Kenny are kicking off with this.
Yeah. Thing.
Okay. I guess we don't know.
All right. I guess we don't know
Ron
yet.
probably went and got some orange juice or something. So anyway, there is a new thing. Book week. Book week.
Book week.
That's nice. I like that. Book week. We're kicking off book week tomorrow. Ron and Kenny will be here.
All right.
And beyond that, you'll have to find out. But Ron and Kenny are definitely in tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock Eastern, 8 a.m. Mountain Time. Kenny, where can people... That will be awful for us, Kenny. Are you guys are you both illiterate? Because that's a terrible theme if you're both illiterate. Is that what he's trying to say?
Oh, yeah, that's what he's trying to say.
Oh, boy. So tomorrow you guys get to watch two people who don't read books do book week. That's got to be a good one.
That's going to be a good one, right?
You haven't read a book since the 80s. What's the matter with you, man?
I haven't read a book since Gore Vidal's Lincoln.
That's not true. You have. Kenny, you look like you read books. You do. Are you sure? Come on. I don't believe you. I think you did.
That was way before your time. Gore Vidal's Lincoln. Way before your time.
I guess so. I don't actually know what it is. I've never read it. I don't know anything about it. So I guess there's probably a joke in there, but I didn't catch it because I don't know.
Okay, all right.
No, I have not.
You were a young kid. Yeah.
Probably, even if I was an older kid, I probably just wouldn't have seen it. Some movies I just don't see. But if you're talking about the actual assassination of Lincoln, no, I was definitely not there for that. I was definitely too old for that. Or too young for that. Or whatever. I was not there for that one. I was not around for the James Wilkes Booth deal. So, yeah. What are all the places that people can find you, Kenny, outside of this lovely podcast?
You can find me at Schofield, SEHOFLD, on Twitter. You can find me on Twitter. I don't post anything.
No, it's too late now, Ron. You're illiterate, and we're gonna stick with that. We're not changing it anymore. It's too late. It's too late.
It's too late,
so,
Ron. Too late, Ron.
Schofield on Twitter.
Yep.
And
then I'm here. And then that's it. And then I'm here.
Okay.
And then I'm here.
Okay.
And then I'm here.
So you can find me at IG on Lena DJ Williams. You can find me at Facebook, or you're watching me right now on Facebook. If you already.
DJ Lena Williams.
When you see me live. Twitter. CHICARI at tech. It is today. And then my TikTok, you'll see my TikTok come up on this. You'll see
TikTok too?
But I don't. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I don't hardly ever use it though. Really, it's like, boy, I really need my TikTok more. I say that a lot, and I don't do it. But I think. And yeah, I do. I'm still working on my podcast. Still got one coming. Still waiting on some details and coordination to get that done. But we're still we get it done. But when you'll be the first to, if you follow me on any of those things. You'll be the first to find out. And that's it.
Yes,
so we are wrapping it up. A little over.
A little over, yeah. Thank you, everyone that came. Chakra.
Yeah, thanks to all of my friends that came. That made comments. I think Kim.
Yeah.
I saw Kimmy, and I think I saw. I can't remember. I just remember Kimmy for now. But anyway, yeah. So you guys have a great week, or have a good day. Actually, don't have a great week. Come back tomorrow and start off your week here with Ron and Kenny, kicking off March 1st. Spring is right around the corner, and
I hope so. I hope so.
But make sure you come here every day because we got it going on daily. Have a great one.